Welcome to the first problem of this course, DSA in JS Basic Math Problems. The problem we are going to look is count digits. What do I mean by that? So on the left hand side, you see we have certain inputs and outputs. If we pass input as 9, I'm expecting an output of 1. If I pass input as 99, I'm expecting output of 2. So what is the correlation? If you see, it is the number of digits, whichever is present in the number which we are trying to pass as input. If it's 9, there is only one digit, so hence output is 1. If it's 99, the output is 2. In a similar way, if it is 999, we expect the output as 3, and 9999, the output is 4. So how can we solve this problem? So what is the idea behind solving this problem? Let's take 999 as an example. And let's say we are initializing a variable called count, and we are initializing it to 0. So in the first iteration, what we will do is we will try to divide this number 999 by 10. If we divide 999 by 10, what is the output? We should get 99.9, correct? But now we need to get rid of this decimal part. Why? So that we can get just 99. So what we will do is we will use the JavaScript inbuilt function math.floor. So math.floor will get rid of this decimal part. We will use that math.floor of 99.9, which will give us 99. And at the same time, what we will do is we will increment the count to 1. Basically what's happening is this is gonna run in a loop, and we will run the loop until this number is greater than 0. So at the first step, we are saying number is equal to 999 by 10, which is a math.floor. So we get 99. Again, we divide 99 by 10 and we do a math.floor. Now we get 9, and we also increment the count as 2. Now number is still greater than 0. So we divide 9 by 10 again. Now we get 0.9. If we do a math.floor, we get 0. But at the same time, we also increment the count as 3. But then now when we try to run this loop, we have the number as 0. Which means it's not greater than 0. So hence we get out of the loop and return the result. What are we going to return? We are going to return the count, which in this case is 3. Okay. So this is the logic behind. Basically the logic is we divide by 10 and then floor it so that we get rid of the last digit in the number. So as we do it each time, we always get rid of this last digit in the number. Okay, great. So now let's try to write the code. Before I give you the solution, please try to do it yourself. Okay, so let's continue in the next video. Hey, I hope you are able to solve this. If you are not able to, don't worry, we will be solving in this video. Even if you have solved it, just try to follow along so that you will understand how you have done and what I am going to do. I mean, if you have done it differently, don't worry, everything is fair and good. But only thing is we need to be wary of what is the time complexity and space complexity. Great. So let's start. So as a first step, I have opened this code in Visual Studio Code, and it need not be you can do it on your any online editors like REPL.it or even directly in the browser console. So, but I'm going to use Visual Studio Code so that I can run this program using Node in the command line. It's up to you to where you run this program. Okay, so let me create a new file called 01 count digits.js, and I'm going to create a function named count digits, and this is going to take the number as an input. And now inside this, what I will do is I'm going to initialize a variable called let number of digits, and let's initialize it to 0. Now let me run a loop. This loop will be running until the number is greater than 0. And inside this while loop, what I will do is I will really assign number to math.floor of number divided by 10. So basically I'm dividing the number by 10 and doing a math.floor of it so that we get rid of the last digit. And at the same time, I will also do number of digits plus plus. So basically I'm trying to increment the number of digits. So until this will run until the number is greater than 0. So once it has become 0 or less, less, most probably it will be 0, right? I'm just gonna return number of digits. So now let's add some test cases. So console.log count digits of 9. Let's also add some more test cases. I'm gonna add 4 so 4 test cases, 99, 999, 999, 4 nines. Okay, so this should return 1, this should return 2, this should return 3, this should return 4. So let's try running this code. So node 01 count digits. Yep, as expected, 1, 2, 3 and 4. So basically the idea is like we divide the number and floor it so that we get rid of the last digit. At the same time we increment the number of digits. So for each iteration the number of digits get reduced by one length, right? So if it's 999, in the next iteration it will be 99, in the next iteration it will be 9, and the next iteration it will be 0. Okay, so this is the idea behind it. So what is the time complexity? You see, the time complexity is like we run this loop until the number of digits gets reduced to 0. So it's basically equivalent to length of the number of digits, right? Or number of digits of a number. So it is, you can call it as it is theta of number of digits or big O of number of digits. But for the sake of simplicity in this course, let's use only big O. So we will use we will say the time complexity as big O of number of digits. So num of digits. And what is the space complexity? Space complexity, here we are not using anything much. It's just that we are initializing this one variable. So the space complexity is big O of 1. Okay, great. So this is the solution. Hope you found it interesting. Thank you. See you in the next one.